Good morning, Belito. Welcome to another show of the Drive Times, brought to you by CMH Motor City. We're not going to talk too much about it. It's that big building at the end of the road. I keep telling you, come see the restaurants. Start off there, get one of the best cappuccinos, that side of Belito. Then have a look around at all the cars. We've got Suzuki, we've got Mitsubishi, we've got CMH Select, all on the top, all the top guys, all the top floors, all the top cars. Then downstairs we've got Ford, we've got Nissan, and we've got Renault. And below that, we've got all the workshop service in your cars with parts and spares available. But today, we've got two special guys, both owners of Mitsubishi, both know the way of the samurai. We've got Dean Smith with us, and we've got Mark Tiki Odell, as some would know him as Tiki. Thank you guys, welcome to the show.
No, thanks for having us.
Awesome. We're on time with Mark, everything's good?
Cool, yeah. No.
How was your drive here? You had a race from Mhlongo.
Yeah, I had to race a bit. We had a nice meeting down there, which is all exciting times ahead with some adventures coming up. But yeah, it got me here nice and safely and smoothly, so the drive was good.
The drive was good, so it's not just an off-road vehicle. Mark came in a Pajero, so it's also nice to, like, on the open road, you can get some speed there.
Absolutely, it's smooth, it's got power, it's spacious. When you need to put that foot down and get going, you get going quickly, which is great.
No, of course.
I love that vehicle.
But you have different needs for that car at times as well, eh, Mark?
Yeah, so we do lots of sort of adventures for kids and families. We've got farm adventures up the road, which is near Umtunzini, where we mainly do school groups and we tow boats and things like that down to Matakuli Lagoon. We go to Umtunzini and we go up the barge on the barge trip, so which is great. But then we also do trips to the Midlands, up to Cozy Bay and things like that. So yeah, we're towing a lot, we're traveling a lot, and I feel hell of a safe in that car.
I can vouch for that. I know in the mileage. How long have you had your Pajero? How many months?
About 3, I think. End of October we got it.
End of October, and you're just under 20,000 kilometer service.
Yeah.
So when Mark says they're going all over the show, 20,000 Ks in 3 months, of course. And then Dean's also a different kind of a motorist, a retired 4x4 enthusiast of all cars, Dean?
Exactly. Little bit of everything, sports cars, 4x4s.
Yeah.
First time in a long time owning a bakkie.
Yeah, okay.
Big changes in the new Triton from the previous bakkies, talking 15 years ago. So far loving it.
But you don't have any Triton. You don't have any, you've got the Triton Extreme.
Triton Extreme, value for money, the extras that the car comes with for that little bump in price. I thought, why not? I might as well, while it was there, you know. Loving it so far. First 1,000 Ks that I've done on the car. I'm not quite a road warrior.
But you do have a few different options, you know, like on a Jeep maybe.
I keep a few cars in the garage. I've had probably clocking close to about 50 cars in the past 10 years.
I can believe it.
So I like to dip my fingers in a few different pies here and there.
Definitely.
Living in the world today, sports cars and speed bumps don't go around too well.
No, especially in Belito.
Exactly.
Fix the
so going with the Triton, I mean, love at first sight. Does everything I needed to. I can put a load on the back, go away for a weekend, cruise the area, very comfortable. Not like the old cars used to be.
Definitely not. And for you, I know your Extreme's like a day-to-day kind of a car.
It is. It's literally the family bakkie. So
loaded, whatever.
Whatever it needs to do. If we've got to go to the beach and there's beach sand involved, no problem. Got the puppies, my parents, everybody fits in, comfort. Aircon works like a bomb.
Definitely.
And great economy from the car.
You mentioned about the 4x4 modes you mentioned earlier.
Yeah, so one of the things that I said that was a big selling point for me, especially on the Triton and the Pajero
Mark, you'll learn from
this
one.
Is the Super Select system, whereas the competition's 4x4 system only has the 3 modes. You've got your 2 high, 4 high, and 4 low.
Okay.
4-wheel drive setup. So there's 4 systems in the Mitsubishi with the Super Select. So basically it's got another mode between 2 high and 4 high, where you've still got it 4 high open diff. So basically you can put the car in there on the fly. Car will run day-to-day, gravel roads, dry roads, rainy weather, without binding up the transmission. So it's basically like your premium SUV, and it's actually one of the only bakkies besides the Amarok being 4Motion that can actually drive in 4-wheel drive permanently. So rainy weather, perfect.
I mean, if you look at the difference in price in an Amarok and an Extreme.
Well, that's the thing. That's also a big selling point for me with the Triton being to the competition. If I'm not mistaken, there's probably a good chunk over 100,000 Rand difference to the competition to your other brands.
Out there under
Yeah.
our roof. That's
Yeah.
why they're underneath us.
Underneath you, yes. that exactly.
Mark like that, but Mark had an Everest. Yeah, we did a good deal. But his Everest also big mileage, what, 160?
160,000, yeah, in
3 years.
2.5 years or 3 years, yeah.
2.5 years.
Everest was a great car,
Great
but we came in and we saw the Mitsubishi and fell in love with it. I told my wife we got to go for that car.
It had nothing to do with me.
No, well, you had a bit of a selling point, and
I'll
yeah,
love this
Santos was a great salesman, and I think we
stop
came
it.
down a few days later, and we said we're in. And really, it's more spacious, and I don't want to harp on the fact that, but the towing ability, I tow heavy stuff, and you hardly even feel it on the back there.
No.
Talking about the 4x4, I like the fact that you can just
On the fly. Yeah.
on the fly just go
Yeah.
for it, and that makes
Yeah.
life so much
Boom.
easier.
Yeah.
Just like that. So you have been playing around with it.
Absolutely.
So there is that
Absolutely.
4x4 experience coming up for both of you guys. It will be this year.
Fantastic.
I know I think there's just 10 people that's going to be, hopefully that invites us as well. But it's going to be a brilliant experience for you guys as well. Things you know, things you don't know, but probably most things you do know.
Yeah.
Different guys.
Yeah.
No, of course, yeah. And you've also had some big horsepower we spoke. Eva.
I've had a Mitsubishi before in my life. Not an official Mitsubishi South Africa import car, but I did have a Mitsubishi Evo 9, pushing on 700 horsepower, running on ethanol, you know. That was my first experience of Mitsubishi, but I'd say very far from being factory. So I can't really link the two together.
No, I can imagine.
But yeah, I find these Mitsubishi still have a bit of a sporty nature behind it. You know, it's got the collar-mounted paddle shifters. We shouldn't be driving like that, but we do every now and then, overtaking, you know. But you know, they've had such a big history in the motor industry. I was looking yesterday, just out of interest. Mitsubishi's been around for over 100 years.
Yeah.
They've been making buckies for over 40 years.
Yeah, 12
So
Dakars under their belt.
I really don't understand in this country why Mitsubishi doesn't sell as well as all the other brands, because
Can't understand.
it's not like it's a new brand. They've got the history and the knowledge. They've been doing this for many years. So, I mean, it's just people...
It's a mindset. You got to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I think
2021
guys
it
need to
was the
get out
car
and
of
do
the
a
year.
test drive.
Well, the top 12 best bars.
Yeah.
Let them
definitely.
get out and do a test drive. I
That's
mean,
it,
people have to try
experience
it. I know a lot of people fall into the loophole of they drive what their parents drove, or just something that they see in a parking
Try
lot
something
often.
new.
Get out of your comfort zone. Go take one for a drive. You'll be pleasantly surprised.
That's it,
So-
that's
Try
it.
something new. But Santos
Yeah.
changed the mindset of the people.
Yeah, are we going
Yeah.
to try? But lastly, tell us, how do we get hold of you, Mark, if someone wants to, one of these groups out there want to bring kids up to the farm or something like that?
Okay, so yeah, I've got a website, www.farmadventures.co.za,
Okay,
and you can email through there, or just give me a call or send me a WhatsApp
yeah,
on 083 406 5342.
awesome.
And we welcome family groups, church groups, school groups, whatever. Any adventures we're up for. We're not limited just to our place. So you tell us where you want to go, and we'll take you.
That's it. And if you see 40 kids walking on the beach from Zinkwazi to Pelita cleaning up the beach, that's Marky and the crew from the farm. And then Dean, yeah, hey, you're just a car enthusiast.
Yeah.
But yeah, hey, I want to thank you for coming on the show as well.
Thank you very much.
No,
Pleasure.
and your
Thank you.
pleasure, and your pleasure. Guys, lastly, before I leave, it's the weekend. Be safe on the roads. If you do come into Mitsubishi tomorrow and you do drive and buy an expander, we will give you 10,000 Rand in your pocket. Go spend yourself or spend it on your girlfriend for Valentine's. Have a good weekend. Be safe. God bless.